Well, hi there. It's Tiffany from Daisy Farm Crafts, and today I'm going to do a little tutorial for you to make this little, I don't know, I haven't named it yet, a granny square boho baby dress for my grandbaby Kate. Pretty simple. You can also have the option, and I'm probably going to change out the buttons for this one, but to crisscross these in the back too for the baby. It's kind of multi-sized little baby dress. This is how it can be multi-sized is I added some gathering in the back. And so this really makes it be able to fit several sizes. You would just need to add, you know, maybe more to the ruffle if you wanted it. So anyway, just sharing what I'm making for baby Kate. Very, very simple. We're going to make 7 of these little flower granny squares, and then we get a skirt going, add the ruffle, and then come back here to the top and trim it out and then make some straps. And then, like I say, then you can just, you know, gather this in the back, which we loved. I showed this, we tried this on baby Kate, and it was just adorable. And my girls loved kind of this boho look about it. So anyway, really simple and fun. So today's tutorial, I'm going to do the different colors so that she has 2 dresses to wear. So today's colors I'm going to do, you just need 3 skeins here of Bernat Softy Baby Cotton, and 1 for the center, a cream, you know, because this sort of looks like a little flower to me, and then pick another contrasting color. So the colors I used for this one is gold, and this is the pink, and this is, what do they call this one? Cotton, but it is a cream color. This is Sandstone. This is Aqua Mist. So they only have 1 pink on there, and what do they call it? I think they call it Petal. This is called Petal. So anyway, links and everything are on our website, free pattern on our website that you can print and follow along if you'd like to. All right, let's get started. All right, the center begins with a magic circle or magic ring. Go ahead and take your hand, have the tail go down across your hand like this, wrap it around, and then all I do is pull up. It's almost as if you're doing a slip knot, but just stop right there. Insert your hook, grab the extra tail, your working yarn, and chain 3. This will count as our first double crochet. And now work into that circle 11 double crochets. And I am using a G hook. Okay, here's my 11th double crochet. So now we can kind of untwist that tail, and we're going to pull it tight. This will just slip through, kind of give that a tug and really pull that tight in to the middle there. Close up that hole and slip stitch under the top of the third chain that made that first double crochet. So we just slip stitch into there, and we're going to clip off a tail, pull it through, and those are the center medallions there. Now there are 7. So if you want to just do this 7 times and get all your circles done, that's one idea. Okay, for the next round, what you want to do is still have the right side facing you. So don't turn it over or anything. Have the little V's pointing to the left. Insert your hook like that. Pull up a loop and chain 3. That's your first double crochet of the round. And now we are going to work 1 double crochet right into the same V where we pulled up our loop, and that will count as our first pair of double crochets. So now we're going to work a pair of double crochets underneath each V, or you could say into the top of each stitch. And we'll have a total of 12 pairs or 24 double crochet. Well, technically 23 double crochet plus the chain 3, since that is counting as a double crochet. And we'll join this round at the end to the top chain of that chain 3. And we'll tie off. Now on this last one, do your best to get right underneath that V. There we go. Okay, and we're going to come right underneath. I try and go underneath the top one and maybe the one in the back, and cut that off. So those were, technically these are kind of our little petals. We'll separate them out here. Now grab your third color for round 3. We're going to work into the, now we're going to work into the spaces because we want to try and separate those petals out. So you can join in the space between any of them. I kind of just always start to the left of that first pair, pull up a loop, and chain 3, double crochet, all in the same space here. Now chain 1 and 2 double crochet again. This is kind of our first corner. So again, that first chain 3 counts as a double crochet. So then we add another double crochet, chain 1, and then work 2 double crochets. So we have our first corner. Now let's chain 1 and skip these next 2. Let's work in between the next pair of double crochets and work 2 double crochets, chain 1, and let's do that again. In between the next set of double crochets, so skip 2 over here. Let's work 2 double crochets and chain 1. So we're always chaining 1 in between each set. And now it's time for a corner. So we'll work 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets right into the same space. So we have basically 4 double crochets worked into that corner. Chain 1. Now let's work our next set of double crochets in between. Always chaining 1. Work 2 double crochets. Chain 1. So we've got 2 sets. Time for another corner. Chain 1. We're going to always have a chain 1 in between every set of double crochets, or every pair, I should say. Chain 1. Let's work our last corner. Chain 1, and let's work our final set of a pair of double crochets. Oops. Okay. Now we're done here, so let's slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, and we have just made our little flowers. We've got a circle, the petals, and now we turn this into a square. And we're going to tie this off. Oh, I really like these colors together. That's cute. Okay, for the last round, let's go back to the cream. And we're going to start in the corner space. So pick any corner, and always, like I said, the right side is facing you. So we'll pull up a loop and chain 1. Now work 3 half double crochets into that same chain 1 space, or the space in between the corner. This is our new corner, is going to be 3 half double crochets. Now make sure you hit the top of the V, it's kind of covered up here, of this first double crochet out of the corner with all half double crochet. Basically that's all we're doing, is a round of half double crochet. Make sure you get one around the chain 1 space and underneath the little V's, the 2 V's. And we're working half double crochet around all of these. Okay, so to make sure you're getting every stitch across before you get to the next corner, there's 11 half double crochets. So we have 3 for the corner and then 11 into the top of each stitch. And now here we are to the corner, and we'll work those 3. 1, 2, 3. So make sure, because it kind of, the third kind of covers up the top of that first double crochet. So make sure you get that one. That's 1, and here's 2. 3 is around the chain 1 space. 4 and 5 in the top of the double crochets. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And we are to that next chain 1 space. Okay, so finish that around and just join with a slip stitch to the very first half double crochet that we made of the round and tie off. Okay, so just make sure that you work that final, 11th half double crochet before you join with the first half double crochet, and there's your corner. So now make 6 more. And one thing that I am doing is that as I finish here, I am tying these into knots. It's totally up to you if you want to weave these ends in, but I am choosing to just tie them into knots because this is on the inside of the little dress, and so they won't be seen. And then that kind of helps you know that this is the wrong side of the dress. So just like that, I'm gonna tie them together. So you can see on here, so I just have little nubs. But like I say, if this isn't for you, totally take the time to weave in the ends. It's personal preference on that one. Okay, so you want 7 of these. So I've got my 7. And we're going to just sew them all together into a circle. So it's up to you if you want to be extra precise and take that next step and block them. I'm not going to worry about it so much. I'm just going to make sure actually that they're kind of all facing the same direction. Definitely have right sides to get up facing the top. But you know how we have the corner where we began? I'm just going to have that be on each side so that we get it together. So we're going to do a join. Just cut yourself maybe 18 inches. Make sure we have plenty to work with here. That's probably almost too much. But we're going to do, I think they call this seamless. Oh, I should look that up. But what you want to do is find the middle loop of the corner there. Bring that up and go down underneath the V of the next one, and then come up into the corner one. And down. Invisible, that was the word I was looking for. An invisible join. So it's up and down on one side. Up 1 stitch, down to the next one, and then across. and down, and then back across. So up, down, but at the same time I'm going to go across. I'm going to go down on this side and up on this side. Down and up. Up. It's just definitely important to make sure you do right up to that the center one, maybe even one pass, just to fill this space in. We want to try and get it as close as possible to seam these together. Voila. Okay, so that's the join method that we're going to use. I probably should come down here and get that extra one. So when you're done, obviously with this, weave this end in. So say I've got this up, I'm good. We have the two sides seamed together nicely. Now I'll take the time to weave this end in and clip it off. And like I say, if at the bottom, like this one, I didn't quite, I'm gonna go a couple more times. So the point is to just get them as sewn together very nicely across. There we go. Yeah, I like that better. Had to go down to that extra one. There we go. Go ahead and sew these so that it's a circle. Okay, so I've got my little circle, have it all sewed together, have the ends woven in. So now what you're going to do is just pick one of the sides to either be the top or the bottom where you want your skirt to go. I think I'm gonna pick this. A lot of my ends are knotted here, so I think I'd have this be the skirt section. And still with the right side facing you, one of the seams will be the center back of our little skirt. So just go ahead and pick one of the seams to pull up a loop. That way we're all centered. Okay, and just chain 3. Counts as the first double crochet of the round, and go ahead and work another one into that same spot, and now work 2 double crochet into each stitch going around. That's going to give us this full little skirt, the start of it. Okay, so I just finished the first round, so it should look, you know, kind of ruffly. And now all you'll do is join with a slip stitch to the top of that 3rd chain. Chain 3 again, and begin working into the top of each double crochet. Now, I worked 6 rounds in each color, and so you're just gonna want to keep an eye on the length. You know, you could always add another if you're going for a little bit taller little girl, maybe the 2T size or whatever. You know, baby Kate is kind of in the 9-month size, so this is 6 rows, 6 rows, 6 rows. So maybe think about that if you want it a little bit longer, but still want the even stripes. So I'm going to continue on. I'll do 6 rows of the cream, and then I'll do 6 rows of this sandstone color, and I'll finish off with the blue. All right, when you have your 3 colors done, I'm just going to tell you that in order to get this final ruffle, you will work 2 double crochet into the top of each stitch, and then do 1 round of single crochet, 1 single crochet in each stitch, and that will get you that extra little ruffle. Still work in the same way. So now what I'd like to show you is on this one, how to add the little top. So the first thing we are going to do is still pull up a loop in that back location, and we're going to work 1 round of double crochet. So always with the right side facing us. So that means if I'm going to be working into this back location, I want to go ahead and pull up a loop as close to that center. If you can get the center one, do that. Chain 3 and work double crochet, 1 double crochet into each stitch going around. All right, so I just worked that entire round in double crochet. I'm joining with a slip stitch, and I'm going to tie off on this one. Okay, so that's it. We've got 1 round of double crochet done. Now, center up your back so that this is in the back, and we have these 3 across the front. Now mine are measuring about 3 inches, okay? So you want to take about 2 stitches to either side, and that's where you will want to start. So say we're gonna, okay, so it's facing us. We have all of these across here. I'm gonna start about 2 stitches out right there for the first strap on this side. And these are going to be single crochet. So this is for you know, baby Kate is in that 6 to 9 month size. So you could go out a little bit wider for the toddler sizes, but I believe this is going to be enough to cover clear up to about 18 months size. These little kids, their shoulders kind of stay narrow. You just need the length. And then it's, of course, adjustable in the back with the little gathering. So I am working 7 single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. Chain 1 and turn. So once you get 20 rows here, what we're going to do is start creating buttonholes so that you kind of have some options for over the shoulders. So crochet 2 single crochets, 3 chains, skip 3 single crochets, crochet 2 single crochets, chain 1 and turn, and go back and just work your 7 single crochets around this chain 1 space, or sorry, the chain 3 space. Work 3 single crochets, and you just created your first buttonhole. And we're going to do this so that you have 3 buttonholes to kind of choose from. Okay, here's our next one. 1, 2, 3. Skip over 3. Chain 1 and turn. There we go. So let's tie this off and start again on the other side. So pull up that loop. In this time, we're going to count over 9. So here's our center one. We're counting over 2. So this would be our 7th stitch because we want to start going this way, just like we did on the other one. So that would be 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to start there. So here's 1. And I work single crochet right into that same stitch that I pulled up. Okay, so, and I was just thinking, let me just measure this for you. So we are placing them about 4.5 inches apart. That's pretty good width for the front. Okay, so do the same thing on this side. Okay, now that I have the second strap made, now we'll work a whole round of single crochet. So come down here and work. We're going to work 2 single crochets per the end of 1 row, and then we're going to skip a row. So we're going to skip that row and come down here. This will give us a little bit of a neater appearance on our straps here. So I kind of like to find the spot at the end of the row that's more narrow. Like this is the turning chain, so it's a little bit looser. So I'll go right underneath that turning chain, and that kind of pulls it all together, makes it look really nice. And again, the right side is facing me because I want the front side of this single crochet stitch to be facing. So I'm going to continue working that all the way down, across, up, over, down, all the way across the back, up, and we will finish right here and tie off. Oh, I also want to pop on and say, make sure you put 3 single crochets in the corner. All right, so you're going to just join with a slip stitch, tie off, and then weave in your ends. We've got 2 more things left to do. All right, what you're going to do is make a 20-inch long chain, and so just a simple chain, and then I wove those ends in as well. Attach it to a safety pin. Start about halfway through this fourth one over here, and I'm working underneath the double crochets, that round of double crochets that we did, and I'm weaving it in and out. There we go. And this will be kind of our little cinch of how we can get this cinched across the back. So that's why I'm saying it's really pretty adjustable. Size-wise, you are just going to need to make, my best advice if you want to make this another size is to just, run to the Goodwill, pick up a little dress in the size that you need that's similar, and then just kind of size against that. It really is the easiest thing to do instead of worrying about measuring and counting and all of that. Just kind of measure against a little dress. It really has saved me a lot in making sure I get the sizing right. Sometimes I'll have Elizabeth, my daughter-in-law, I'll say, oh, can I have a little dress that's fitting her right now really good? And then I can make something for her. Oh, but this one, it's really pretty easy. Oh, the other thing you do need to do is attach buttons, obviously. And I guess you could do that before you do here. So I just kind of go halfway. Okay, kind of get that. And then I knotted the ends of this once I was through. I kind of just tied little knots at the end of the little chain. Okay, so then again, you're gonna have to estimate where to put your buttons. And so you kind of have options if you need it to cross in the back, or you can put it there. So put your buttons. I think I'm going to put my buttons on this seam right here. So that gives me plenty to work with. And you've got yourself a little dress. Now I also I like these larger, let's see what they are. 1-inch buttons, but just make sure whatever you get will fit through, but an inch button is ideal so that they don't slip off, whatever. So you got to just get those sewn onto the inside of the dress right there so that you can secure your little straps. So, okay. Can't wait I'll be working on this one, so she'll have two. I really love this color combination. You could do so many. There's so many beautiful colors in the Bernat Softy Cotton line. One thing I'd like you to know is that they sell this as under 2 different labels, but it's the exact same yarn. So when you go to the Yarnspirations website, you'll find it as just regular Softy cotton or their Softy baby cotton. Exact same yarn, just the babier colors are in this baby line, kind of more of the pastels and more of the adult, I guess you would call them. But I love having the access to these more, non-traditional baby colors in this line so I can use them both. So anyway, okay, you guys, come show me your dresses if you make this. I will love to see your babies in this. People love to share in the Daisy Farm Crafter group, so that's the group you're going to want to join us on Facebook. Or you can always just tag me on Instagram too. So enjoy making your baby boho, little baby boho sundress. Maybe that's what I'll call it. Oh, so cute. All right, you have a good day.